What's going on, everybody? My name is Carlo Balagase.
I'm Christian Alvarez, and this is the Behind the Strength podcast, where we help you build your health, wealth, and your peace of mind. So let's talk a little bit about that. Welcome, everybody, to our podcast. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing here and who we are to begin with. We are the co-founders of Strengthen You, which is a fitness and a therapy place here in Toronto. And, we've been business owners now for about, 7 years?
7 years. I mean, we started in 2010 pretty much.
So almost 8.
Yeah, grand opening was January 2011. So we're entrepreneurs for, about 8 years-ish.
Yep.
So why did we start this podcast, Christian?
Well, we started this podcast because, many times we get asked, a lot about advice on life, advice on, making the step forward to do something great with your life or to do something that you want to do for yourself. And often enough, we have very valuable conversations with people, but I feel like our reach isn't far enough. This gives us an opportunity to be able to reach the masses and more people with our word. Because you know what? There is a lot of things that we've experienced. And in doing this thing, we hope that people don't make the same mistakes or that they learn from our mistakes. And we'd like to share our experiences for some insight with people.
How do I get more results? How do I get more juice out of life, man? How do I get the most out of this? Because it feels like everybody around me is becoming successful. Everybody's having this life of traveling and all these freaking cars and hot people around them. And it's making me feel like I'm either behind, I'm too late, or I'm never going to get there. So, I think this is a great place to start off with their first podcast.
Because a lot of people on a regular basis, this can be hitting home to you right now. Do you ever sometimes feel like you're just merely existing? You don't really have a purpose, a meaning. Is like the biggest event in your life going to the bar after work, or the next party that you're going to, and you're just experiencing like a lack of fulfillment in general.
Were you reading my Friendster posts back in the day? Is that where you're getting these things from? That's exactly where I know I was there a long time ago, and I know you were there for a while ago. And this is why we are here today, because we got pretty much sick and tired of that shit.
Yeah, it gets old really fast. You guys know this. Hanging out, going to the clubs, going to the bars, all that stuff, that gets old really fast.
Or, masking your insecurities with other things, trying to, surround yourself with things and people and all these other distractions to make you feel like you're moving ahead in life when it's actually not. When you're coming home and you realize whether you're drunk or, you're just at home looking in the ceiling, it's like, shit, there's a lot going on, but I'm not fulfilled.
Like, if the highlight of your day is to go home and watch your favorite TV show, man, you got to be listening to this right now.
I got to record this then. No, I was kidding. So, so here's the thing. Improve your results, right? Who are we talking to right now? I mean, for me, I know my story is this. I came out of college. I was a mechanical engineer before this. I was in the process engineering department in a major, one of the biggest automotive manufacturing companies in Canada, called Multimatic. I was early 20s, 22, 23, and I was making really good money at that point. But like we said here, there's a life full of fulfillment and a life just living. And at that moment, I decided that I was just merely living, regardless of, anybody could knock me in my face and be like, yo, dude, you're making good money, you're young, you're in this big company, you're set, I had benefits, I got the Rogers business phone plan, the cool one, but I didn't feel fulfilled, man.
I remember, I've been in this industry now for about 20 years, in the fitness industry. And I remember for years, I've helped out very many people, got a lot of trainers started, trained and developed many people in this industry, seen them come and go. And I remember I've worked with hundreds of clients, and still at the end of the day, I was like, what am I doing with myself?
Yeah.
I'd get home and I'm like, I'm just not quite self. There's an itch. There's something that was unfulfilled. I felt like I wasn't doing enough in life. I felt like it was just not good enough. Like I was just existing. So
was it a business? You wanted a business?
I don't know what I wanted, to be honest with you. But I think until the point of the starting the business and obviously like the impact that's had on us and even just the process of it, I think it changed a lot in me where you start to appreciate things. You start to appreciate the one-on-one time you have with clientele or the one-on-one time that you have with a friend because you don't get much of it, or the struggles of having to do work every Christmas construction when we don't know construction.
So okay, so what is your, how does someone, because everybody gets to this
Yeah,
point,
of
right?
course.
Everybody gets to the point where like, I know that I need something more.
Yes.
All right. So what do you do at that point? Because there's a decision, right? It's like, okay, I want to do something more, and the question is, can I do something more? And after that, it's like, what the fuck is it? What do I do?
Well, number one thing I would say is obviously look at where you're at and what are you happy doing? What makes you happy? I'm not talking about, man, watching Netflix or watching a movie makes me fucking happy. No, it doesn't. It masks you. What makes you happy where you could lose yourself for hours on end and do just that? Think about that, because there probably is a good career path for you in that industry or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you decide that you want to do, that you love doing, man, you got to put your time into that.
And if you think that's all fluff and bullshit, man, like there are people getting paid a lot of money playing video games online, recording that shit. So like, wake up, man. Like, it's not like 1998 anymore. Like, the internet has significantly dropped those that stigma and made it possible to do anything that you want. But there's a other side of that coin, which we'll get to, that your passion isn't always going to be perfect and roses and butterflies and unicorns.
Yeah, you're definitely, I mean, you have to start from a certain point. And if you right now, if you're going home and you're not feeling fulfilled, or if you're going home to mask your pain with, whatever it is, then, right now is the time to be looking at yourself and be saying, okay, what is it that makes me happy doing? I'm not talking about hanging out and chilling with your friends at the bar. I'm talking about, what do you love doing? If you love fixing cars, man, think about that. If you love working out, man, think about that. That's what I love doing. I love working out from the time I was in high school. I always say to people, I didn't find this industry found me. And what I mean by that is, man, when I was in high school and we were reading math textbooks and geography textbooks, man, I had a Flex magazine wedged in there. So I kid you not, if there was a Muscle Mag or a Flex magazine, I'd be looking at that while everybody else is looking at math or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, man, sets, reps, tricep, bicep. Okay, how does this part? I opened up books that I never knew, like kinesiology books in high school, which I didn't understand, but I'd like to understand. So, while they're teaching us world history, I'm learning about the human body. So more important things, exactly. Because where the hell did world history get me now?
I know, what history to
where
get
the
it?
hell did that shit get me now? But, when at that point in time, I listened to like literally a voice in my head and said, you know what? Maybe this is something I can chase. And a good friend of mine even said, he goes, where's the fitness industry going to get you? He's like, man, the money's in computer these days. You're not going to make any money doing that fitness stuff. I said, okay, so watch me. And so, further and further down the line, fast forward now to 2011, and we're building this business. And that was, I guess, the next step to that, to our journey is that, though that I was training clients one-on-one, I felt like, man, I could reach a much wider audience. So
this is very interesting. You found your passion.
Yes, very early.
Right, you were into it.
But early.
Then, and here's the important part: like, it still didn't fulfill you to that point.
It still didn't fulfill me, man.
Right?
Now,
so
after a while,
it's actually pretty fucking possible to be part of your passion, but there's still it's still not 100%.
Well, 1,000%.
There's still more that you could give.
1,000%. Because right now, put it this way: just upon us starting this podcast alone, we've already, I'd like to think that we have helped many people already just in the 8 years that we've had this business. From the people that's worked with us to anybody that's ever been affiliated, associated, we've helped each other. But now, even now, we still like, hey, we could reach more people. This is why we started this podcast.
Yeah.
Because we want to reach even further. And after that, guess what we're going to do after this podcast? We're going to go to the back to our drawing board and ask each other, how much further can we go? And it's not a thing of fulfillment. It's now how much further can we take this? This is a game. This is fun.
Yeah. I mean, the mentality that you have to have is this: how much more can I give right? How much more do I have in me? Because it's easy. Like, aren't you tired of just feeling like, you're just living day to day?
How many people hate
Like,
their job? How many people hate their job out there? Literally. You don't have to admit it to me. Admit it to your damn self.
Or here's the most dangerous part: you actually like your job, but you don't love it. And that's the dangerous part, is because that's where the trap happens. It's easy to fucking hate your job.
Sorry, can you clarify the difference?
Okay, so that's where I was in.
Okay. Please.
I
yeah,
actually
share.
so it's easy to be like, you know what? This sucks. I hate this. I hate this guy. My job sucks. I'm gonna quit. That's easy. It's like a relationship. Oh, this person's a fucking asshole and never calls me. That's easy, right? But the hardest relationship is where everything's good and nothing's fulfilled. Right? That's the hardest relationship to ever get out of, and the same thing as a job.
Yep.
Right? It's like I have nothing to complain about. I had nothing to complain about.
Right.
I made good money. I enjoyed what I did. I was engaged all the time. And society-wise, that's pretty good, right? Like, as a freaking Filipino immigrant family, like, oh shit, this guy's working in engineering. That's awesome,
course, yeah.
right? But that's where people get trapped. It's like, I got scared and I fell into it. I got scared that I even thought of leaving this cool job. It's like, what else am I gonna do, right? And when I quit and I called you and I was like, yo, I want to be a trainer. What's up? And you're like, cool. Like, there's no question, right? But everybody there at that gym where you put me on, they're just like, where were you from? Why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here?
Why are you even here?
Yeah, you're already
I don't
making good
understand.
money.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why did you do that? Everybody's face was just so dumbfounded.
The biggest thing is with people these days is they just don't want to make. The hardest thing for people is to make a change in life. Everybody likes to be comfortable. Everybody likes to have a safety net. And we're not just talking about you jumping from your job now to trying to open up and be an entrepreneur like everybody is on Instagram these days. We're talking to the people who just feel unfulfilled in general. You're in a relationship that you don't like.
Yep.
Maybe you go home one day and you're like, man, I am not happy with this person. I'm not happy with my life. And you need to just really, really assess it. We're talking to the people who need to make movements in life and who need to actually make changes and who want to make changes.
Yep.
And who maybe you've been contemplating that. Actually, every episode is going to be something geared towards that. And if you're dealing with something difficult like that about making a change, man, there is no better time to do it than now, because there's never going to be the best time.
No.
There's never going to be the best time to quit your job. There's never going to be the perfect position to go end the relationship that you hate being in.
There's no amount of planning.
No.
That's going to get you to take that step, because that's another thing. Oh, yeah, I wrote that down. I'm going to do this and this. I just want to wait until I get this aligned. Like, so many people are just waiting for this to align with this and to get that and to write this down and waiting for this person. Like, do it.
Guys, if you're living life right now unfulfilled, and we're talking unfulfilled, like, there's an itch in you. And that'll start to grow over time. Or there's something that feels like, man, I'm just not living my full life. The thing is, you're going to get half-ass results no matter what you do if you're going to live life like that.
Yeah.
You will. You're going to get half-ass results. And guess what? You're going to sink deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole. And the more you think about it and the more you sit on it, the harder it's going to be to make any move. So make your move now.
Yep.
Now is the time, right? Here's a perspective. This is for people. If you don't think what you do matters on a regular basis, it fucking matters. If you don't think that cleaning your toilet matters or the way you clean your sink, it does matter, because that's going to translate into whatever else in your life.
Yes, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're quitting this job and you're going to go full out on your passion like this guy did, you got to go full out. You got to be putting the man hours to study. You got to be putting the shadow time to shadow the best of the best in the industry. You got to be, you have to actually break it down.
Well, and that's an important thing, man. Like I said, I could break down any of those machines still to this day, because I went there early. I left late. I was there all the time. I dissected every piece of that machinery, that every piece of, if I had I ended up, before I left, actually, I ended up doing presentations for our GM, who did presentations for the top, board members, right? And that alone taught me how to present to, pitch to the banks and stuff like that, which,
Yeah.
like these things you feel are like redundant and like, oh, I got to do this shit. I have extra work to do now. Like you don't realize that your brain is learning. Your brain is actually figuring things out. And the more and more you take on more projects and trying to figure it out, your time frame of learning new things and executing significantly collapse. That is how you get more out of life. You have to be a learning machine. You can't, your association to things and how to do things and how you're doing things has to change if you want the most out of life. You have to make sure, like you said, okay, if I'm cleaning the washroom, do I just want to clean the washroom? How do I clean this washroom to the fucking T? Like, who is the best at cleaning the washroom and what are they doing and how can I do it better? So, there's a method, there's a best method to anything that is happening in life. Anything is done, anything you do.
We talk about this with our team quite often. We just talked about it in our team meeting. We were saying how in working out, every set, every rep counts.
100%.
You have to. You
100%.
have to. Number one, you'll get hurt if it doesn't. Number two, you're not going to get the full benefit. You're not actually going to stimulate any muscles or anything like that, or maximize your potential if you're not actually making every set, every rep count. So we take that attitude into life, and we ensure that we ingrain that into the people that work with us every day, to the people that come and do our services and all that stuff, because it translates into everything you do.
Yep.
If you're working out and you're full out, your head is in there, and you're training, you're feeling every set, every rep, making it count, like a boxer who's perfecting their jab, 10,000 times. The same thing has to happen with whatever you're doing in your day. So whether it's you're studying full out to become an apprentice somewhere, a plumber, an electrician. If you're trying to get into the fitness industry, study what the best of the best are doing.
Study, man.
Make your sets and your reps count in the gym, in your studies, in your life. Period.
Dude, and this is coming from two people who freaking hated school.
We hated school.
like this is
Conformity
like,
and all that
up.
crap is
like
yeah.
I was that kid who was always sent to the back of the class and I was disturbing everybody. Okay, that was me. I'm not no fucking genius. I'm fired. I get fired up with things that I'm passionate about.
I actually never did post-secondary because I applied to get in for marketing or something like that, stupid, and then languages, and then I was asked what I was going to do with that. Didn't make any sense. Anyway, I did not go to post-secondary, but you know what I did? Literally, before I made that choice, is I bought myself a shitload of education about the body, the human body, how things work, cells, everything like that. So every anatomy thing you can find, because that's what I was passionate about. And at the time, there wasn't a fitness and lifestyle management course. There wasn't any of that at school. There was a personal training course of a weekend.
Yep.
So you did that, and I did that. And from there, I just started, working with people, from chiropractors to physiotherapists, learning what they know, and doing my own education from there.
And the thing is, like, a lot of people think that, oh, well, you guys have that in you and stuff like that, but everybody actually
Everybody
has.
does have it.
For instance, when back in the day, right, when you used to play video games, right, Super Nintendo or Nintendo or whatever, do you remember those like those Game Shark things or those gaming magazines?
Oh, the cheat codes.
The cheat codes and stuff like that. Like, remember when you would play a game, you're like, oh shit, I want to know everything. How do I beat this game?
Yep.
Like, you were like studying how these guys, you studied all the gaming magazines to see how you could do it faster and so everybody has that. Everybody has those times where they're in art class and just they're so engulfed in what they're doing that, oh shit, school's done already, like my class is done. Like, everybody gets into the flow. You just have to be able to find the thing that gets you into that flow. That's what I always say.
A big problem is we as humans start to accept our own stories, false truths, excuses. Now's not the best time to do this. I know a lot of friends that are like trying to switch positions or jobs or trying to leave their company. They've been doing so for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So you start to accept your own excuses. And you know what happens after a while? These excuses become your false truths. They become your blockages. They become your walls. They become everything that prevents you from, number one, fulfilling the best life that you can fucking have. Number two, actually feeling good about what you're doing every day.
Yeah, man.
You shouldn't be coming home and hating your fucking wife or your husband and your kids. And,
your boyfriend.
And your boyfriend. And it's because it's a translation from your everything in your everyday. You know, if you hate your work, believe me, you're going to hate your wife. If you hate your wife, you're going to hate your kid.
Yeah.
If you're going to hate that, you're going to hate going to the gym and eating well and feeling well. But if you start to enjoy one thing and you start chasing that, I guarantee you, just from that functional standpoint of having a positive outlook in life, man, you're going to enjoy a whole lot of other shit.
So I think the important part there, what he's saying is like, you know, understanding and defining that meaning of what's happening in front of you, right? Decide that you're gonna control the meaning. So instead of, you know, if you have to research all these things, instead of saying, oh man, I got to do all this work, you have to decide that, oh shoot, this is an opportunity for me to grow and get better and to change my entire life, right? I read, before we even opened the business, I literally read like over 100 books on entrepreneurship, mindset, marketing, all that stuff before we even opened a freaking business, and so much more now. But I was engulfed. I went all in on that because it started making me feel excited. It's like, you know, when you start, when you read, like, and I never read a book in high school at all. I hated that shit. You know what I mean? So that's when you know you found something right. When you start to, you know, get into the flow, you start enjoying learning and start enjoying extracting more information. You're going to start looking for more. And so yeah, like, decide what it means to you. For me, it meant growth. For me, it meant moving forward. I was moving the needle forward to where I wanted to go in life. And it was just checking off the boxes like, okay, I need to learn this, and this to make sure I'm more equipped with tools to get to where I want to go. Because I had a vision. We had a vision when we started this place. Okay, we know that we want to get past just one location. We know we want to get past just me and Christian Carlo Fitness and stuff like that. This is why we don't put ourselves out at all. That's why you don't see us anywhere, because we want to push our brand. We want the strengthen you know, mentality, the lifestyle to push forward, to speak to people more than just Christian and Carlo.
Yeah, you have to see that you know what, everybody else that works here too has helped to build, strengthen you what it is, and we put them out there.
Yeah, so we wanted that. That's the meaning that we wanted. We knew that this vision that we had was superseded us as human beings, as personal, you know, with personal agendas, right?
You know, it goes back to what you were saying about going all in. And if you're a person that is hesitant to do that, let me give you some perspective. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe in karma or anything like that, you get what the hell you put out. If you start your day angry and frustrated, and guess what's going to happen? Somebody's going to cut you off along the way to work. By the time you get to work, your boss is going to nag you. Then the person that's sitting beside you is going to nag you. Then you're going to get some nasty emails. You're going to get what you put out of it. If you're doing your job half-ass, how fulfilled are you going to feel? Not very.
No.
Not very. So you're going to get what you put out of it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going all in, if you're doing all the proper things to, you know, and you're wondering now, hey, you know what? I'm cleaning fucking toilets. Who are you to say? Okay, cool. But that's not your end vision. If that is your end vision, then fuck, by all means. But if that's not your end vision, understand that whatever disciplinary that you're putting yourself under, you're teaching your body and everything about you to go all in and do something full out. That's what's going to take you to be able to succeed in whatever venture that you want to do. You know what I mean? Or in the next position or in the next job. But that starts like right now. You don't have to quit your job today to start living, you know, a fulfilled life. You don't.
So there's this part in your brain called the reticular activating system, right? Your RAS, right? So the good thing about RAS, pretty much it's a survival mechanism. So it filters out all the noise and all the things, stimuluses around your environment to focus on, so make you focus on what's the most important at this moment, to either make you survive or anything that thrives within your environment for you. So why is this important? Because it could either make your life miserable or actually expand your life to horizons that you've never ever thought of. So RES, so if I continuously focus on, fuck, this person screwed me, people are bad, I can't trust anybody.
The language, yeah.
I always focus on, you know, the bad things that are happening in a room or in life, or my boss hates me or doesn't want to talk to me. Oh, this person didn't answer my call back, so this person hates me. I'm nobody likes me, right? If you continuously put all those things into your brain and into focus, your RES will feed you more of that. And that's the problem. On the other side of the coin, your RES could actually significantly improve your life by giving you more of those tools to see more opportunities, to see growth, to see wealth, to see healthiness, to see great relationships, to see good in people. That's what RAS is. That's why you see all these people, oh, this person's so positive. Like he always sees a good in life. Or she's like, man, like she's never fucking
No,
sad.
that's the coding for all you coders out there. That's the coding they've ingrained in their whole body. Remember, this is a computer. So whatever it is that we code inside, so if you're saying people are generally bad, people go to fuck me over all the time, I'm always getting hurt in this world. You're attracting that. That's what you're coded yourself to be.
Yeah.
And guess what you're attracting? Is hurt, is pain, it's anguish. So
That is in
listen
your
to
brain.
that shit. That is for
in
real.
your brain.
that
right?
is ingrained in your
It's
body.
ingrained in every single person. So once I figured that out, throughout those times I was reading, I was like, yo, I gotta feed this beast, then, man. Like, yo, if it's gonna bring me down, then it could bring me fucking through the roof. It could change my entire life. And this is why I commit now to every morning I commit to learning something new that's positively impacting my life, and every night I do the same thing. Every single day, even weekends. I don't take a break on that shit. Every single morning, every single night, I feed my brain with something new information that can significantly improve my life and everybody else's.
Positive.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
a positive note too.
So-
So you start your day off with that, and you end your day off with
It's
fucking
almost like your meditation.
100%.
Yeah.
That will change your entire life. If you do that for the next 21 days straight, your entire life will change. I guarantee it.
So, in hindsight of everything we talked about today, let's give these people a plan. Let's
Okay.
give them a plan to follow. So we're gonna give you a short plan to follow, step by step. Okay. We just want you to do these things right now if you really want to change something about your life. Number one, assess where you're at. You got to be very specific, whether it's your relationship, whether it's, I just say assess your whole life in general.
Yep.
What is it you're not happy about? What is it that you want to change? And number two is, what is your ideal? Right? So you have to have an ideal.
Yes.
You know, you got to decide where you want to focus on, number two, and what outcome do you want?
Yep.
You have to know what you won't settle for, and you have to know what it is that you're aiming for.
Yeah. A lot of people are just know that they don't want this, but they
Yes.
don't focus on what the hell do you actually want out of
Yes.
life.
Focus
What
on
do
what
you
you
want?
do.
Not what you think that you deserve,
Yes.
because that's another problem too, because you deserve what you put in. But what do you want out of life?
And guys, don't say I want a Ferrari.
No,
Everybody wants a
no,
motherfucking
no,
Ferrari,
no,
okay? I'm talking about, what do you want? How do you want to see your life lived? I could tell you right now, I know how mine is gonna go. Like, listen to the language I'm speaking. I know where my life is going to go and how I'm going to be living it. Because in my mind, I'm already fucking living it.
Yeah.
So
Have the audacity to do that, please.
have an action plan as to how you want your life to be like. If you want a house on the fucking lake with a happy family, then start thinking that already. Have it in place in your head. You know what I mean? Then
Yep.
you should already have, and be specific about what you want. Be specific. If you want to be, I just want to be a little leaner. I just want to lose 5 pounds. How do you want your body to function? How do you want your body to look? How do you want to feel as this is going on? How are you going to feel when you take these nutrients in, or when you're eating? You know, because I can guarantee you, the fat, lazy, out of shape person does not connect to that shit.
No.
They don't know how things are making them feel like when they're eating it.
No, they
don't
just-
know
yeah.
the difference
They're
between
in
eating a fried
escape
food
mode.
or a hamburger or a friggin', or a salad.
Yep.
It's the same to them. It's like, oh no, the hamburger is making me feel good. No, it's not.
No.
So guys, you have to have a very specific, sight of where you want to go. That's huge, right? Number 3,
Act now and start
not later.
now. Like, do it.
Not later.
Take action now, because there's not enough. Yes, you don't want to stick in the planning mode. You don't want to stick into visualization mode. Yeah, you could make yourself feel great all the time. Feel excited. This is what I want in life. Blah blah blah. But you gotta go through it, man. You gotta go through it. You have to act now and don't stop.
There's a side note here we put for ourselves. It says start to nurture again. When we say start to nurture, man, nurture yourself again. We're going to touch base on this in another episode, and everybody who knows this, from Alcoholics Anonymous to different rehab groups, there is your young child, right? So there's the young child inside of you. Somewhere along the way, through the hurt, through the pain, through everything that life's thrown at you, that young child, young self was lost. So the passion for living, the happiness, the joy that you used to get just out of being outside and running around is lost. When you start to nurture that child again, start to find the things that make him or her happy, such as, hey, doing art, such as working out, such as, fixing a car or putting a car together, or engineering a whole friggin' a computer system. You got to nurture that again, because once you nurture that young child, man, the output you're going to have and what you're going to get back is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be crazy.
100%, man. You have to be curious. You have to have the audacity to try new things.
That's huge. A side note on that, you know what curiosity does, guys? Curiosity leaves a person to ask questions, to inquire. Inquiry will lead us to want to learn. Learning will help us to better grow. So essentially, get curious and you're going to grow.
You know, the fucked up thing is, like, remember that curiosity killed the cat?
Yes.
Like, that's the stupidest.
Really
that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And you know,
it kills a lot of people. It's like, oh, curiosity killed the cat. Okay, I shouldn't be curious because I don't want to die.
Well, you know what? Actually, if you think about child rearing, from the time we're very young, right? And I'm very conscious as to what I say no to my daughter.
Yeah, because you're a father, right?
Yeah. So when you're saying no, don't do this, don't do this, you're ingraining in their body. No, you either one cannot do something, or two that you can't. That you should go through life fucking walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
I don't want her thinking like that.
No.
So I'm very careful when I say no, don't do that. No, girl, don't do that. Because we're starting that from an early age. And you know what? Our parents never knew that shit, but we do now, right? Our parents never knew that. No, don't do this. No, don't do that. You're ingraining that young child. Think about it.
Yeah.
From the time that you were born, the whole world has been telling you no. So why the fuck do you think you're sitting on the couch right now and you're thinking to yourself, no, I can't really do that right now? Because it's been ingrained in your body. And all you have to do is change the coding.
Yeah.
Change the coding that's been embedded in that brain. It's going to be fucking hard because you're 35 years old, you're 24 years old, you're 20, you're 55 years old. It's going to be hard to change that. But there's only one way to do it, right? Number 4, the last thing. You want to put meaning into every action that you have. We said it earlier. We're going to say it again. You have to have meaning in what you do, right? So meaning if it's, man, if it's washing windows, if it's cleaning toilets, if it's spotting people, it has to have meaning. If it's fixing somebody's arm like we do in therapy, it has to have meaning. We tell everybody that every day. Because you know what starts to happen after a while? Is that you start to get more meaning out of it.
Yes.
Like you actually feel good about doing it, and you feel, man, what a great day.
I mean, you're not, as a trainer, if you're a trainer out there, or you have, like, what we always say to our trainers is like, yo, people are setting aside an hour of their day, their lives, and are being very vulnerable to you, to a person they hardly know.
Yep.
They're entrusting you with the change of the catalyst to changing their lives. That's powerful, man. Like, you have to honor and freaking harness that, right? That's the meaning for us, for me and him, was to change people's lives. Like, we're here so they could, because 99% of people in the world feel like shit and treated like shit out there. But when they come here, they're going to transform. They will change. Right, so we decided that we wanted to be the catalyst for change. We're the conduits for change, and it worked out. Once you operate on that level, that you have a duty, that you have a responsibility to your fellow human being to help uplift their life and show them that there is possibility to be better, to be fucking strong, to change their lives, that they have the power to gain that power back, to give them that power back. Is what else is there in life? Really, what else is there in life?
Guys, we promise you, we're going to leave you this promise. If you go at life doing things with good intention, enjoying the moment and giving it your all, you're not only going to see an improved and fulfilled life, but you're going to see an improved and fulfilled you. You really are. It sounds as cliche and as cheesy as, fuck, that's what you're missing. Go at life. Go at life 100%. You know what I mean? Go at what you're doing 100%. If you're enjoying something, man, do it more. Right?
100%.
right? If it's positive, if it's good, if it's growing you as a person, do it more. If it's working out, if it's eating healthy, man, if it's building your house that you enjoy doing, man, go at it.
100%.
Go at it.
Yep.
You're gonna feel
Amen.
fulfilled. You're gonna feel good doing it. And guess what? Everybody around you starts to transform too, because that effect, that shit, is contagious.
Yep, and there's nothing like you improving and everybody starts rising up too.
1000%.
Everybody's temperature starts rising, and that's really the essence of life, man. That's full happiness. That's
Like
full
attracts
fulfillment.
like, yeah, 1000%.
So I want to thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
That was a heavy first podcast. I wanted to recap, like, the reason why we're doing this is to help you with your health, wealth, and peace of mind. A little recap on us, myself and Christian. My name is Carlo Balagase. He's
I'm
Christian Alvarez. We were friends since high school. We opened up a small fitness facility, less than 2,000 square feet in 2011 with just a few $1,000s. 7 years,
yeah,
28,
it is a multi-million-dollar company, and we're still growing, and we're growing every single day.
So we're high school friends, created a multi-million-dollar business, hired and put on our close friends and family as well. So it's I don't know, it's unheard of for me to really achieve something like that, because it is hard. So, you want to listen to what we have to say, just because we went through a lot, emotionally, physically, mentally.
Yeah.
So we want to help you
times.
guys so you can improve your lives and avoid our pain and our mistakes. And we're going to share authentically with what we went through and how we could help you, experience something and experience life in a higher level.
We're going to have a lot of key guests that's going to be speaking about their experiences as well. So definitely please stay tuned. If you got something out of this, do email us at
bts@strengthyou.com. That's Bobby, Tara, Sandy at strength-u.com. If you have any questions, comments, any suggestions on what you want us to talk about, feel free to email us. We'll have that up. It's up already.
It's up already, so please do.
So again, please share, comment, leave a review for anybody who's on a podcasting site, or even comment up below on Facebook or YouTube.
And if you got something out of this, or if you get something out of one of our episodes, share it with someone. Share it with someone, because our goal is to reach as many people as we can. And that's why we're doing this. And it's going to be a lot of fun times, a lot of fun talks. And we're going to go into some serious shit, some deep shit.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes we're going to speak about things that, man, maybe you don't want to face inside you, but need to be done.
Yep.
So anyway, stay tuned. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you soon.
Later.
Boom.